Hey USHL fans, Josh Starr here, and we have another great U show for you this week. We're going to go through the players of the week and the top plays as we always do. We'll talk with USA forward Lukas Zajic, and we'll recap a couple of big sweeps from the two teams leading each conference last weekend. That and a little bit more here on the U show this week. We'll start the show right now though with the USHL players of the week. The USHL forward of the week is Lukas Zajic from the U17 squad at the development program. Zajic with 4 goals and 7 points this weekend against the Omaha Lancers, including a 6-point game on Saturday, a 6-3 win for USA, and Zajic had a point on every single goal, including a hat trick for USA. Overall, Zajic with 13 goals and 19 points this season for the U17s. The USHL defenseman of the week is Etienne Lessard from the Lincoln Stars. 5 assists over 2 games for Lessard, and 4 of them coming in a 7-2 win on Friday against the Fargo Force, helping the Stars to the sweep in the weekend. Overall this season, Lessard 5 goals, 32 assists, and 37 points. He's second among all USHL defensemen in points and assists. The USHL goaltender of the week is Stephen Peck from the Muskegon Lumberjacks. 2-0 over 2 games with a .957 save percentage against the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders. Overall, he made 44 saves on 46 shots, 16 for 17 on Friday, and 28 for 29 on Saturday. Both wins for the Lumberjacks, and overall this season, Peck has a 14-5-2-3 record and a .906 save percentage. Those are the USHL players of the week. Now, we're going to hit on a couple of big weekends from the teams leading each conference last weekend. Both the Lincoln Stars and the Dubuque Fighting Saints sweeping their opponents in a 2-game series. We'll start with the Lincoln Stars in Fargo sweeping the Force. On the road in Fargo last weekend, the Lincoln Stars kept pace at the top of the Anderson Cup race with 2 wins. A 7-2 win on Friday with Jack Picard having 3 goals and 5 points, and Etienne Lessard with those 4 assists in that game. On Saturday, it was a 6-5 overtime win with Daniel Schlane leading the way, 4 points on the night for him, including the overtime goal for Lincoln to sweep Fargo. The top team in the Eastern Conference, the Dubuque Fighting Saints, swept the Chicago Steel in a home-and-home. The Saints put up 15 total goals on the weekend. In an 8-3 Friday night win, Jonathan Morello led the way with a goal and 4 points. On Saturday, 17 of the Saints' 20 skaters had a point in a 7-2 victory for Dubuque to take down the Steel. Also around the league last week, a couple of young scorers keeping pace toward the top of USHL ranks. Will Zellers, the Green Bay Gamblers, 3 more goals last weekend and leads the USHL with 37 tallies this year, a Colorado Avalanche draft pick. Riker Lee, who is draft eligible this season and a rookie in the USHL, has 24 goals this season. That's tied for 3rd in the league after 3 more last week, and a total of 54 points for the Madison Capitals. Another great week of USHL action with more teams inching toward a berth in the Clark Cup playoffs. Next, we'll have a conversation with USA forward Lukas Zajic after his huge weekend and being named Forward of the Week.
Hi everybody, welcome to USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth, Michigan. It's the home of the National Team Development Program, and we're going to spend a few quality moments speaking with U17 forward Lukas Zajic. And Lukas, thanks for your time. I know you're busy. First of all, is that the correct pronunciation of your name, Zajic?
It is.
I got it right off the bat. That's good. Now you're from Chicago, and you're from the Chicago Mission. Are the Chicago Mission jerseys like the sweetest jerseys in all of hockey?
Yeah. They're super cool jerseys. They're super bright and they're super fun to play in. So, I think they're really cool jerseys.
I agree with you. Now, you're from Chicago.
Yep.
We were talking a little bit about the Hawks. How's the rebuild going? And I know you're a fan of the Hawks.
Yeah, I think they're working really hard, and it's a really fun team to look up to. My hometown, and young players like Connor Bedard and all the other guys they got on their team. It's really fun to look up to them, so I think it's going well for them.
Is it Connor Bedard the guy you look up to the most right now, or is there somebody else?
I look up to a lot of people, but Connor Bedard's definitely one of them.
What do you like about Connor Bedard?
He works really hard. He's got a good shot, and he's a really smart player, so he's pretty fun to look up to.
So you were part of the Chicago Mission. You went to Shattuck, which is another great program. How have those two experiences helped you here at the National Team Development Program, or have they helped you?
Yeah, playing with great guys like all around the ice definitely helped me a lot, and then at Shattuck, being away from home definitely helped me here being away from home too. What's
the hardest thing about this experience so far? Is it on the ice, off the ice, school, time management? How does that all work for you?
I would say there's always biggest problem or not even a problem, but just a struggle for us coming into this program is probably playing up with those bigger, older guys, much stronger, much faster. But I think we've been making a pretty big stride here, and we're still working pretty hard.
So you've seen progress since September, is that correct?
Yeah, I think we've made a lot of progress as a team, and we're still working pretty hard too. So,
does it bother you at all? Because I believe you've probably played up in age your whole life, and you're going up against these older teams in the USHL. How has that adjustment gone? And I'm not talking about wins and losses or anything like that. I'm just talking about dealing with playing against older players. You're going to have to do that as a U18, playing the colleges. But how's that experience?
Yeah, I think it's a great experience. It helps our team out, helps me out. Having competition like that to play against is great, and it's a privilege. So we take advantage of it and we work hard. So
it's often said the NTDP, it's a band of brothers, and you've been here for a few months with your age group. Is that true?
Yeah, I think we are a band of brothers. We love each other. We're all brothers. We've got a lot of chem going, and we're going to keep it going too. So
again, forgetting about the wins and losses, could you talk about areas of progress for you individually? I mean, you're basically known as a goal scorer, but I see your frame. You're up around 6'1", 6'2". How has the experience on and off the ice helped you with the NTDP?
Yeah, the experience off the ice is a great experience. We have top-notch training downstairs with Coach Brian Gallivan. He's a great coach, and he's helped me a lot become bigger and stronger, which will translate to the ice. So
now, I gave you a bunch of questions, but I'm going to throw a little curveball at you. The reduced ice games, the 3-on-3, they get pretty intense. Mm-hmm. If you're out there 3-on-3, who's his buddies you want to play with? Who would be your line mates?
I would play with anyone. I think, just like you said, we've got a band of brothers out there, so I'm happy to play with anyone, and you're all great guys.
So to close, the experience with the NTDP has met, maybe exceeded all your expectations. What's it like putting on that jersey?
It's a privilege, it's a dream come true. So I've always wanted to be in this jersey, and it's a dream come true. So.
One more question, and I'll let you go. What was it like playing internationally?
Oh, it was super fun. It was my first time being out of North America. So it was great. It was super fun to be out in Finland, and we get to go again. So I'm super excited.
So it was a big adjustment, not just on the ice, but also off the ice. You got to go get on the bus on time. You got to get to the airport on time. You got to deal with all that, right?
Yep.
Lucas, we'll let you go. Thanks for your time.
Much.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks to Lukas Zajic for his time on this week's U Show. And now it is time for the USHL Top Plays of the Week.
Passes it out to center, tipped there by the forehand of Yelmstick. He picked it up, a pass in front, they score! Just like that, Bloomer knocked it around the left leg of Sanguinely's Carbo into the back of the net, and the Storm have their lead back. It's now 3-2 Tri-City.
Picks it up. Goes wide to the left side between the hash marks, moves in, forehand, scores! Gennady Chale! Penalty shot goal! 5-3 Sioux Falls!
Stopped at the line, and it's twirled back in by Engel, where Cornforth is able to pick up into the slot. High slot, the rip, he scores! Gavin Cornforth starts the Saints off. The 6th straight game they've scored the first goal, and it's his team leading 18th of the season.
Rink wide feed in his own end for McEwen. Pass center ice, rolling over the Des Moines line. He looks for help, cuts back to the blue line. Fed it to the left point. McEwen has room for a circle, a shot, rebound after a pad save. They score! It was poked in by Crandall in front of Wyland. He crashed the net after a McEwen shot from the left circle. The neutral zone, Springer, and over the Des Moines line of the ice. Puck came off his twing, went right through to Fandle. Near circle, drives to the net, a shot, they score! Landon Fandle stopped at 5-0 on Sanguine Lee's Carbo. And the Storm tie the game at 2-2.
Does take it out of traffic to the top. Mackey D-to-D. Allen one-timer tip. They score! It's Giuliani. The Saints score first for the 7th straight game. And with 8:37 left in the opening frame, Josh Giuliani has the opening goal tonight for Dubuque. And he has his 18th of the season. It back to the left circle, and it's Frank there. Low to high. Kostadinski fires, and it's in. It was a seeing eye shot, went off the post and in. Saints had a flyby screen in front, and Kostadinski has his second point of the night. It's 6-1 Saints, 5:13 left in the second.
Across Jamison, got to stick to it, now gives it right back. As the centering feet finds Misiak, he scores! Here come the Hawks! Alex Misiak snipes the top corner. Positioned right between the hash marks. He gets the feed from below the icing line. And
Phil turned back to the right and chipped down low on the circles. Ruohonen back up high. Center point, Niedermeyer with space. Fires. He scores. He rings it off the post and in. 1:59 into the second.
Timer fanned on by Oliver. Puck scores free left side. Henricks over to Schlein. Fakes a slapper. This time feeds Oliver and he scores. Oliver, this time between the two circles, strikes the back of the net on the one-time feed.
The Storm end, Clark did that play. Rolled through the neutral zone for the Storm and over the Des Moines line left wing. Far circle, give and go, they score! Springer got it bottom of the far circle, sent it right back in front for Rode, and he finished it off the near post of the Des Moines net.
in the rink, right out in front. Shot saved by Sinkla Scarbo. Great save by Sinkla Scarbo. Shot save again. And Sinkla Scarbo with about 2 or 3 saves.
In the net, Anderson steers to the near wall. Daniel Schlein surveying the scene. At the right dot, fires, he scores! Daniel Schlein with a power play goal, and Lincoln is back in the lead. Its 3rd different lead of the game, and its 2nd power play goal of the night.
Center. Here's a giveaway. Stenari in on a breakaway for Fargo. He goes to the back end in 5-hole, and he scores!
Briere protects the puck toward the blue line. Back to Croskery. Fake now to Briere. Fires and scores! Thrown down, Teddy. Cam Briere, Teddy Bertas. All right, here we go. We're letting her rip.
Sioux Falls takes it into the zone. Here's Ernest moving in, shoots, he scores! Noah Ernest, what a play! Puts it home, and the Stampede have built a 3-0 lead here early in the 2nd period.
One by Cedar Rapids, though Lee keeps it close, and now here comes Galanic. Up for Van Blerikum. A nice move, pushed on, he scores! MVP! Give him superstar status, the Lumberjacks, they lead 2-0.
Prusik again, feeling some pressure there as the Stars are making the force work for it. Here's a shot by Zaremba, and he scores! And has it now up through center ice, left-hand side. Kernan, a full head of steam across the blue line, fires it. Shot just goes wide. A Sioux Falls goaltender. Shot, score! Yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah. The Buccaneers making a 3-2 hockey game, 15-50 of the 2nd period.
Brings it over to the near side. Lassard to the bench. Long shift for him. Harrington replaces him. Malte gaining the line. Dishes to Schlein. Settles, fires, and he scores! Daniel Schlein, the overtime winner. And the Stars sweep the weekend against Fargo. 6-5, an overtime winner. The 2nd time this season Lincoln has won in overtime as they pick up their 36th win of the season.
The high skill level across the entire league was on full display this past weekend. Now let's take a look at the standings, where 2 teams have already clinched their spot in the Clark Cup playoffs, and multiple more are on the cusp of securing a berth here this weekend. Taking a look at the USHL standings, Dubuque and Lincoln remain at the top of each conference, with the Stars clinching a spot in the Clark Cup playoffs. The Sioux Falls Stampede have joined the Lincoln Stars in that group, the only two teams so far, but the Fighting Saints' magic number is down to 1 point to clinch a playoff spot, and the Madison Capitals are 5 points away. A couple other teams within reach as well. Youngstown and Muskegon each have a magic number of 6, as does Waterloo in the Western Conference. Some really big matchups this weekend in the Eastern Conference playoff push, as the Youngstown Phantoms will host the Madison Capitals for 3 games, and the Dubuque Fighting Saints host the Muskegon Lumberjacks for 2. All of those teams in the top 4 of the Eastern Conference as the playoffs start to shape out. That does it for this week's U Show. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Josh Starr, and we'll see you next week for another edition of the U Show.